Have you ever felt like you've reached your limit, only to push just a little further and realize you had more left in the tank? There's a powerful rule that Navy SEALs use to break through mental barriers, and it's something that can change the way you approach challenges in every aspect of life. It's called the 40% rule, and it means that when you think you're done, when your mind is screaming for you to stop, you're actually only 40% finished. That extra 60% is what separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who give up too soon. I first heard about this rule through a fascinating story. There was a man who met a Navy SEAL at a 100-mile ultramarathon in San Diego. He and his friends were running the race as a relay team, with full support, tents, food, and even masseuses. But then he noticed something unusual. One lone runner, carrying almost nothing, just a small bag of supplies and a bottle of water. This man was running the entire race alone, without any support. That runner? A Navy SEAL. By mile 70, the SEAL had fractured small bones in both his feet and suffered kidney damage. And yet, he kept running. He finished the race. When the man learned more about him, he was so intrigued that he reached out, eventually inviting the SEAL to live with him and his family for a month. What followed was a month of grueling, intense training that pushed him beyond every mental and physical limit he thought he had. One of the first lessons the SEAL taught him was through a simple exercise: pull-ups. "How many can you do?" the SEAL asked. The man struggled to do 8. The SEAL gave him 30 seconds of rest and told him to go again. This time, he barely managed 6. Another 30 seconds, another attempt. This time only 3 or 4. His arms were shot. He was done. Or so he thought. The SEAL looked him straight in the eye and said, "We're not leaving here until you do 100 more." At that moment, it felt impossible. But step by step, rep by rep, he did it. He completed 100 more pull-ups. That was the first time he realized that his mind had been lying to him. His actual limit was so much further than what he initially believed. The 40% rule in action. Think about a time when you thought you had nothing left to give. Maybe it was during a tough workout, a late-night study session, or pushing through an exhausting work project. You hit a wall, but then somehow you found the strength to keep going. That's the 40% rule at work. This rule isn't just about physical endurance. It applies to every challenge in life. When you feel like you're failing in your career, when you're struggling to reach a goal, when you think you can't take another step forward in a difficult situation, your brain is likely lying to you. You have so much more left to give. How to apply the 40% rule to your life. Recognize the mental barrier. When you feel like giving up, acknowledge that it's probably just your mind hitting a perceived limit, not your actual one. Push past. Discomfort. Growth happens outside of comfort zones. Whether it's running 1 more mile, writing 1 more page, or making 1 more sales call, force yourself to go beyond where you normally stop. Train your willpower. The more you push through mental resistance, the stronger your mind becomes. It's like a muscle. Train it daily. Surround yourself with the right people. Just like the man who learned from the SEAL, find mentors and friends who challenge you to be better, not people who let you stay comfortable. Adopt a, if it's easy, it's not worth it mindset. The SEAL had a motto: if it doesn't suck, we don't do it. That means seeking discomfort on purpose, because that's where real growth happens. Real-life examples of the 40% rule. Marathon runners. Many hit a wall around mile 16 to 20. Their bodies feel depleted, but most finish the race anyway, because their willpower takes over where their energy fails. Students and professionals. The best students and the most successful professionals aren't necessarily the smartest. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else quits. Entrepreneurs. Many of the world's most successful people failed multiple times before breaking through. If they had stopped at the first sign of difficulty, they never would have made it. The lesson we should all take away. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's not intelligence. It's mental toughness. It's the ability to push past the point where most people stop. The next time you feel like you've given your all, remember, you're probably only at 40%. Keep going. You are capable of so much more than you think. So, the next time you think you've reached your limit, challenge yourself to go just a little further. Remember, your mind will always give up before your body truly does. Don't let that mental barrier stop you from reaching your full potential. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more insights on mental toughness, discipline, and self-improvement. Let me know in the comments. What's one time in your life when you pushed past your limits? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.